homies? Welcome back to another episode of the High Rollers playing it, making Concord Valley. Right now, it's a good point to bring up the fact that it's called Concord Valley, because you were probably seeing all the Laurenville stuff like, well, what's that? In case you missed the episodes before in the series, and then if you did, well, welcome to Concord Valley. We're making a mega park here, just an American mega park. Some realism aspects, as we try to slowly but surely get better at playing a Coasterman. But no, my friend Lauren, we were at Holiday World last year, and just having a good time. And she was just saying, we were asking each other questions, stuff like what would you do if you were to have a park? What would you put in? What rides? What all that stuff, and how would it look like? And from all that talking, and probably some high rolling, we came up with a list of things, and just like Willoughby experience, I used that as a inspiration to make a park. But this time, I was like, when was the last time I truly just made a generic amusement, like just amusement park with like a whole bunch of big rides, similar to Cedar Point, Magic Mountain. That used to be my main go-to back in the day, so I may be reiterating a bit for those that have seen this, but yeah, for those that are just seeing this now, yeah, welcome to the series. And also, check out the other stuff that we've done. We have a whole finished park from early in the game, so that's also why I'm coming back to see, hey man, it's been well over a year. Let's see how much we've done, because I have been playing the game since, just not recording. And for really, like I said before, it's a bit hard for me to kind of get in the flow. Sometimes I kind of just need to know what I'm building, and I'll go at it. Know the pieces, know exactly where I'm going to go in the menu. I feel like that flows better, but what might end up happening is there might be a mix. So I might just show what I've done, especially because I've definitely been jumping all over the place. Brothers Valley. I need to get Jordan on so Brother Speak update can actually be recorded. And yeah, Brothers Valley. We have a lot of shouting out with blueprints for that. But there is a lot of us in there, but it gave us the inspiration to really make something awesome. In fact, I kind of want to get into terraforming a lot, because of just what we got a template park from Frontier Workshop, and are making so we want to make a dark fantasy, high fantasy kind of theme park. That would be awesome. And then the area we have, the template was great inspiration. He's been going ham. I honestly have been just doing the simple stuff, like just making the rides and small stuff in my area, but it's been really fun to do that. The sorcery pack obviously gave us some inspiration. That along with the fairy tale pack, a lot of stuff you can do with fantasy, a lot of things. But speaking of which, this is from the mythology pack, which you can even use in a lot of the sorcery stuff, fantasy stuff. But no, going back to Concord, yeah, I'm actually doing the full sign now. So you see, so it's not just the prototype that, or the just basically placeholder that we had there. But yeah, basically to go and delve more into why it's Concord, I'm gonna put this probably near Concord Beach, if it were to exist, and play off a lot on the NASCAR culture there. So it's not gonna obviously just have NASCAR everywhere. It's only gonna have some homages, like the racing accelerator, the racing themed accelerator we have right when you walk in to the left. But no, I wanted to still have its own theme, its own feel. So like with Concord, I'm like, well, that's a bird. Granted, Concords aren't the prettiest birds, but we're gonna play off the fact that maybe, hey, there's a bird. You're flying high here. You're going on some crazy thrills, Damn. I just thought of a new mechanic that'd be awesome. I don't even know if they could do that, but maybe imagining if they could add like a mascot editor, basically, so you can make custom mascots. That would be awesome. Like maybe mix and match, or just get like different. Now, granted, they need to have more customization in general for some of these peeps and guests, but if they just go more customization and everything, and then I don't see how basically a mascot editor couldn't be possible. Now in this game, I couldn't tell you, but in the future Planet Coaster 3 or Deluxe Edition with just more features, I don't know. But yeah, I say that because I mean, when you make your avatar, it's not the best. You have such limited options. I'm hoping that could just be a thing. That's a cool mechanic. There's a lot of times I'm thinking of what could be added to this game just to keep basically making it like a really good simulating game, simulation for theme parks. But I think they're slowly but surely fixing the management. Each update you kind of see them working on that. I haven't really played a managed park in a while, so I couldn't tell you how exactly it's running. But this park will be managed. I'd like to make my parks actually run, have some income, especially with the fact that going in and out of the park makes sense. In Planet Coaster 1, you basically had to just close your park, have everyone walk out, and then open it back up again, because you would just be losing money. People would just be in your park for way too long. But now it seems like because of the day schedule thing, and I still do like how the idea of doing working shifts and all that. I just wish there was a bit more to it, and not as binary, I guess. Excuse me, but no. Here I was like, well, the only birds in the game, sadly, seem to be these parrots. So I ended up going with those. And I think I was doing a bit of research of what Concords or birds I could put in in this little pause here. But yeah, we end up working on more of the left side here of the Mainstreet. We end up actually just doing the bathroom stall. This park was to really get me back in because the generic theme, to get the bare bones skeleton, the bones of the look, it's pretty easy. Honestly, I recommend everyone to start doing this to learn building. Don't be overwhelmed by looking at the amazing builders doing all these other themes and stuff. But if you want to, go ahead. It's just like fighting games. If you see a character you like and someone tells you, well, that character is like one of the hardest in the game, play them anyway, because your enjoyment value will be based on that. Now, mechanically, it might be frustrating, and you need to understand that. Yeah, you know, it comes down to how much you want to kind of push the lever here, test the barometer out. I just think after a while, though, you'll just see and understand, and then going to parks helps exponentially. Every time I go to a park, I feel like it's just like creative refresh. Like, oh wow. And I didn't go to as many this year. I've definitely made it more quality over quantity when it came to parks this year. Granted, it didn't help that my home park KD did not have the best year. If you're an enthusiast, and you came by and Pantherian was closed, I'm so sorry. Now they have a facility down in Glen Burnie now. Or up in Glen Burnie. That's up 95. If there's any problems or parts that they need, hopefully they could, King's Minion is ahead of time, ahead of schedule, looking at that stuff and trying to say, okay, what do we have to look at? Maybe even talking with Intamin about it beforehand. But wishful thinking. Anyways, yeah, I had a good 2025. I listened to the High Rollers podcast. Listen to more about that type of stuff, though. The main thing here. This is still on the side, and yeah, man, I can't wait for 2026. It's gonna be awesome. That's all I can really say. But no, doing the generic bathrooms here. We're gonna make this area back here more backstage when I get the chance. Actually, as soon as this recording ends, I'm going to be editing a podcast, which, unfortunately, if you listen to episode 99, I was a dummy and didn't use my main mic, so it's my headset mic, and I sound like I'm talking from a toilet, but it's fine. It's fine. You get used to it. It's just, I guess, the quality. It's not even the best quality, but still, it's better than talking from a sock. But I digress. Here, we're just making a simple little bell tower area. I think I always make these in like my generic main streets. And it's funny because I remember how much I struggled doing this like the first time in like 2017, 2018. And this, you know, I already kind of had the idea, but yeah, at the same time, I use a lot of the townhouse here, so I was able to go back to that and then get an idea. But yeah, I also end up embedding this, let's call it the Duloc animatronics, even though it's not Duloc, but I embed it more into the area to make it look like it's actually a set piece that they put there, with also miscellaneous theming you're already going to be seeing. And then we end up putting a Viva La Vegan always, even though I am not vegan. Respect to the vegans, and they deserve more options and more vegetarian options in general. There's more fresh options at these parks. So not everyone wants fried chicken and pizza. You know, I mean, I'm saying that as someone that's not even vegan. You know, I would prefer to have an option too. You know, if I want to be dirty, get that dirty food, you know, let me add it. And if I want that, you know, not feel like absolute crap after I eat or later in the day, then yeah, give me that option. Parks are doing better though. I will say they are doing better. I remember on Confisco's and Islands of Adventure, my co-host got incredible crab cakes, some vegan crab cakes, and I knew I messed up because I was like, damn, I even forgot what I got. Basically, we both remember what he got. I don't even remember what I got. So that's basically saying so. I messed up. I should have got that. Next time I walk back in there, yeah, I'm definitely getting those crab cakes. But we're just doing the final details of the bathrooms here, and then beginning to work on. I forgot, there's another shop I do put there, but I don't remember what it is. But Viva La Vegan's at the very end. But I think this is a simple burger and drink shop, if I remember correctly. Oh, I remember now. If you followed the series before, you know that I like to put I have a basically my brand I've made called Stone Burger. So you get simple burgers. This one's gonna be a smaller location though. This one's gonna be just like, oh, they were just put here to basically take advantage of this and basically pay less for rent and not have to actually pay to have a lot outside, because normally there's an outdoor eating area for these. This one's gonna be just, you know, you get it, quick service, you walk in, and maybe there's some seating inside, but that's it. Yeah, I definitely wanted to keep the basically this park is built on how most regional amusement parks are, you know, cheap efficiency. You know, you're gonna get in there. That's why the rooftop bar was kind of a last minute addition, because only recently they've started to care about guest experience, food, shows, stuff that isn't just the ride, right? So that's why I kind of want to make that distinction in the Mainstreet a bit, where you can see that there were parts of old of its charm when it first opened, and then there's parts where it's still there and it's, you know, still bathrooms that works, but also then there's this where it's like, oh, commercialized things that will come in, kind of like the Chick-fil-A's, the Ritas, and the parks. But yeah, I think I just make this a Viva La Vegan. I don't think I make it anything special. I should come up with a cool vegan brand. Let me know. Tyler, if you're watching, let me know what vegan brand I should come up with. But yeah, I end up just doing some more basic stuff here. That probably would feel kind of nice during the summer. You might just turn those off, or excuse me, during the winter. You might just turn those off during the summer. That's what I was going to say. But yeah, just the simple mythological theme compared to Brothers Peak, which I really keep talking about that. I need to get on. I'm going to text him right after all that I'm doing today, saying, yeah, we need to record that. Now, that's definitely going to be our biggest park, because the fantasy park seemed massive at first, and it is, but it somehow doesn't. It's like we're somehow already done with filling it out. Brothers Peak, we still have all the second half to fill out of the park. It's kind of crazy. Maybe we were just taking it slow. Maybe we weren't going as hard. To be honest, it's probably the latter. We just weren't going as hard, but I'm going to try to really sit down here, because at the end of the month, I'm trying to go to Florida. Trying to see the homies, the high rollers. Uh, Stay tuned on what exactly happens, but I know SeaWorld Fun Spot definitely will be a thing. It's gonna be a simple trip, just to get away and get warm. But what? Knowing my luck, it'll be exactly the same temperature again. But speaking of which, goes talk. We have Sodies coming up, the High Rollers, our yearly awards event that we do for basically all the music industry people in the hobby, like the creators in the hobby. We get a lot of guests on. Does it interest you? Well, listen to that. Some takes happen for sure. This next episode definitely has some takes, episode 99. But yeah, here we start Viva La Vie. And I kind of, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want to make an outdoor eatery for Viva La Vegan. Just to the right. Just small, like 3-4 simple, smaller, metal tables and chairs. Nothing drastic, but just something, right? Empty space might as well. Better than, well, I guess in this current climate and age, not better than, flowers and trees, but we'll put those elsewhere or put those intertwined with it, right? Yeah, we go with a bit more modern here. Except we use wood. We're not going with the metal. And yeah, there's gonna be our vegan area where you're gonna be able to smell some awesome stuff pumping right when you're walking out of the racing themed coaster. And from there, you're gonna want to buy some food, right? I'm gonna put some more stalls and stuff over here. I'd also try to get inspired exactly in where to push down to this area, because I think I have a great idea what's going to happen by the Schwarzkopf Looper, and because I have a bunch of classic rides there, I basically try to make it feel like if you just walked straight back, that's when the park opened. Like, that's basically when they just added stuff, and then they only recently started spreading out. So yeah, these and again, I think I brought up in the last episode, these toy box stuff is definitely going to be beneficial. I don't know if I end up staying with it, but I know I end up looking at it. But yeah, this is definitely going to be useful for a lot of things, more industrial, maybe sci-fi things as well. Basic builds. But yeah, we just finish it up right here. As we're also wrapping up, we're getting to because then we end up doing the planners. We finally end up putting the planners in. I was like, it's time. As much as I love, because it's obviously inspired by Great America, Kings Island, Kings Dominion, I went a bit more hybrid, and I had at least added the planters in the middle like Kings Dominion. So, because I just think having the greenery there, it's like I had pretty big trees, and I'm gonna try to add some behind it too to really add to that kind of secrecy. Like, you still want to see him, I still want you to see him, but just I also want you to feel that greenery. Still want you to feel like you're in a park. That's really the aspect there. So as we do that on this side, I'm doing it on the other side, and yeah, honestly, probably could have cheated there, but I guess I really wanted to add. But no, we go with the modular planning. Get those rounded edges there, and then yeah, we just fill it on out, put it in. That's basically the end of the episode, because the rest of it here is just showcasing what we've done, and then yeah, I'm just gonna be filling out the rest of the park, filling it out. I'm spending a lot of time to do that, but we shall see. I definitely want an episode or two out before I go to Florida. But yeah, also check out episode 100. I think that might be intertwined with the Stonies. We shall see. But thank y'all for all the support and watching the episodes. It's been sick. It's been awesome. I love this game, man. I think it's, ever since Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, it's been something. I don't know. That might have been the reason truly I got into parks, right? Is stuff like that, because you have Kings Dominion, and then you go home and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Go to Six Flags America, play Roller Coaster Tycoon. it makes you feel something. And then you start researching, you get into the mods. Like, I couldn't imagine playing a game like Planet Coaster back in 2008, 2009. It was just wow. So, yeah, I'm just very grateful for the game. Grateful for that they basically also have made it an awesome game. And then the modders, man, holy. Pro Track has been my addiction. In fact, at first I thought, dang, my coasters are all ruined now, but no, I can go back and basically master them now. Your coaster should be built with them in mind at first, I think. But if you still want to essentially make it a bit, you want to actually see the forces for what they are, you can still modify them. And especially with the builders that are better than I am already. Yeah, they're basically gonna be able to just do fine tunes and to make these. It saves you so much time. Instead of hours, it'll take you, well, the best ones, an hour or two. Now, it'll still take them hours to do the whole thing. But the whole layout, I mean, yeah. To make it extremely smooth, realistic forces, you actually can do that. And look at the video. It's on the channel This Distance, I think, with a Z. Check it out. Pro Track Beta. There might be another release out. I'm not sure. But, if not, go ahead and check the Coaster Sim Society Discord for that. But yeah, we're wrapping up here. I'm gonna be showing y'all just a little pan what we got. But otherwise, make sure to like, subscribe if you like this. Want more of this, and make sure to give a comment. Let me know what you want to see in terms of other series or other things in the park, actually, because I mean, granted, the coasters are probably done. Most of the rides are probably done, but let me know. Next time it will probably be just a update, not a time lapse. Just, hey, like, this is what we've got done. There might be some time lapses in there, but like I said, I like to do the simple stuff like that. But hey, make sure to follow on our socials and stay homey out there. Happy New Year. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, homies.